So we're going to keep the STEM talks moving along. They're not going to be as rushed in the afternoon. We had to adjust the schedule this morning a little bit, and they were a little bit closer back to back. So we're getting a little bit of break in between these now. But my next speaker, I'm going to get out of her way pretty quickly. One, because she's my full-time boss. I actually have the privilege of introducing my wife to the stage, Michele Owen. She is not up here just because she's my wife. She's up here because she is one of our state leads, K-8 lead specialists within her school. She also has been instrumental, believe it or not, in the Computer Science Initiative and reviewing K-8 standards whenever I'd bring them home from committees, bouncing ideas off her, and just getting incredible feedback. She actually hosted one of the first family coding nights in our state, and she did that, and Commissioner Key and a lot of other people showed up. So she's also a K-8 library media specialist that has earned through on her own with the help of Tammy Glass and some of the other specialists, has earned her 528 high school computer science certification. So even though it's not required for her job, she has done that. So with no further ado, I'm going to ask Michele to come up. She's going to talk to you about how to integrate computer science into a K-8 library.
Thank you. Okay, so this is kind of new to be on this platform, to be in front of a camera. As he said, I'm here to kind of talk to you about how I have integrated computer science and STEM into my libraries. But first, you probably need to know who I am. I'm Michele Owen. I do work for Bryant Public Schools. I am a library media specialist at Hill Farm Elementary, which is one of our 8 elementaries. A lot of people ask, how do you do it? Well, when it came through, I said, okay, how can I do this? Well, my library BFF, she's my sounding board a lot of times when it comes to new things. She and I said, okay, what can we do to integrate this? So what we do is we teach regular, quote unquote, library lessons 3 weeks out of the month, and then one week a month we have stations. Well, stations, if you're wondering what those are, stations are where you have all kinds of different activities. A lot of the tools that are back in the K-8 lead teacher booth are available to my kids. Back there where Ryan is in the blue shirt, they're available to my kids at least once a month, sometimes more than once a month. They're also available to my teachers through a STEM cart. They have had a lot of good time playing with these things. We say playing, but really they're learning. It's called learning with a purpose or playing with a purpose, and a lot of times they don't even know what that they're actually have a purpose for it. So we have, like I said, have lots of tools and all that kind of fun stuff. The stations are a student choice. With student choice, that means they choose what they want to do. So, but there are limitations, because sometimes you can only have one person or 2 people working with one tool at a time. That's why there's multiple tools. Even though there's multiple tools going on, because it's student chosen, they have an opportunity and they are engaged. They are engaged in their learning. They're engaged in things that they want to do. It may be that they're working on a project for another class. Sometimes this is the only time that they have to do some free coding through things like Scratch or Scratch Junior, through all the different kinds of things. The pictures on there, see, I have as low as kindergarten playing. We have the coder pillar, and then I have some STEM bins, SAP circuits. With the STEM bins, that's where they have different objects to create different things. But a lot of times teachers always ask, well, how can you afford this? Well, being in the library, we do have book fairs twice a year. And a lot of the tools that I have gotten through scholastic dollars, through book fairs. Or if I haven't taken it in scholastic dollars, I've taken my profits and put it in money and gotten what I needed. I've also written grants. I've attended PDs that had grants tied to them as well. And so if those PDs, they've helped me does some of it come through building funds? Absolutely. But a lot of those building funds are what can I do to drive instruction? All of these things are very, very kid-centered. I only look for things that I know my kids would want. So that's kind of where we're at. Sorry, pointing the wrong direction. So, like I said, there's all kinds of tools from very small. We've talked to some people today that even have tools for pre-K, and absolutely we have tools as low as pre-K back there all the way up through 8th grade. Some of these things can even go into high school, believe it or not. So please make sure you come back and talk to us at the booth, and you can come and play. We're not selling anything, just come and play. Thanks.